Hello, this tutorial is entitled In the Beginning. I'm Jan Stanford at bloggerqueen.com. When you first start teaching, the first couple of days, you have to think of a way to organize how you're going to keep in contact with your students' parents, and also how you're going to get to know your students. So one way that many teachers do that I think is phenomenal, it's a fabulous idea, is to give each child in the class a number based on their alphabetical layout in the room. So if you have someone whose last name begins with A, chances are that might be number 1. Last name Z, that might be whatever the last number is in your class. And on all of their papers for the rest of the year, you might have your upper left-hand corner or wherever it is you have your children write their first and last names and then the date, and then I have them make the number sign and then put their number. Sometimes too, maybe if we're going to lunch, the children will be in line according to their number. So the number 1 is at the beginning, 25, that would be at the end, and then the very next week, number 1 goes to the end of the line. Number 2 is now at the front of the line for the whole week. It could be when you're going to a special or anytime when the class leaves the room. That way there's no waiting behind to see if your friend is going to wait behind also, so they can be together to talk. It's just they automatically know where they want to go into the classroom, and in terms of, out of the classroom or into the line. And it's just an excellent way quickly to organize the classroom to get them to go out of the room. Also, after they put their numbers on their papers, whoever collects the homework in the morning will take the papers and put number 1 at the top and 25 at the bottom, and make the papers alphabetically. So when you're flipping through them, you can tell immediately who did not do their homework and who did, who passed things in, who did not pass things in. And you can just use that from your hands just to automatically put things in. If you have PowerSchool, you would do it on your computer. And that way also you can have a little note to the parents that so-and-so did not turn in whatever the homework is, date it, initial it, give it to the child to bring home, because you don't want to have parents say, well, I didn't know about the homework. At the end of the day, the children are supposed to be writing their homework in their notebook, but many of them don't. And then they say, oh, I forgot. Well, you could be looking right at them and ask them to do it, and they could still say, oh, I forgot, and didn't, and don't do it. So you have to keep an eye on those children, and maybe they have a buddy at the end of the day that can buddy up with them to help them with their homework. Not doing it, just writing it down so they know what it is. Another good idea that I got from a fellow teacher is that they take the covers of the permanent records that you'll get, with the first day of school, you'll get all the records with your students, and they make a photocopy with holes in it. So you can just click that if you have it on your copier, and then after that's done, it goes into a notebook. So if you can ask the children their phone number and their address, because that is supposed to be updated. You would be so surprised how many children do not know their phone number because it's just in their computer, their phone, so they don't really need to know what it is, but they're supposed to know what it is. There are so many children, even in 5th grade, that do not know their address. It's astonishing, but it's true. So because you already have an address down there in the permanent record, you can say to them, do you live on Park Avenue? Oh, yes, I live on Park Avenue. What's your house number? 53. If you have 53 Park Avenue, then chances are that that's correct, because you're going to have to write that down on their real permanent record at the end of the year. So you want to make sure that the kids know their addresses and phone numbers. So that would work. Also, in another envelope, you will keep letters from parents, particularly positive letters, things on Post-it notes, cards, things to make you happy that you could just look through. And certainly if a parent has a concern, you're going to want to take care of that within 24 hours, preferably that day, just calling them on the phone and getting in touch with them and answering whatever question that they might have. So that is my tutorial for today. Those are my ideas for the classroom, putting children's numbers in alphabetical order, and hopefully your class will run a little bit more smoothly. So I'll see you next time. Bye.